Thank you so much for joining us. And now we have Representative Ann Stava-Murray joining us. She represents the 81st District. Hello, Rep. You're on with me and comedian Emmy Award-winning Dwayne Kennedy. No pressure. How you doing, Rep?
Hi, doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. I don't think we've ever met, but I'm excited we'll be hanging out together, or at least we're so thrilled that you and the Union Proud Warriors and a lot of other organizations are sponsoring our election night coverage. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate it.
Yes, I'm very excited for that. I'm hopeful that we'll have a very exciting night ahead for us.
Well, it will be exciting no matter what, won't it?
It will.
It is. There's a lot going on, and so let me ask: How are you doing with 13 days out? How are you feeling today?
You know, I'm feeling hopeful. I think the energy at the doors has been really positive. I go door to door almost every day talking to voters, and overwhelmingly, people like progressive policies. They like what we're doing down in Springfield when they hear straight from the horse's mouth what's happening. So overall, I'm feeling pretty good about our state level. Of course, our federal level, everyone feels nervous about, but that's that.
Are there some races that you are directing folks to, whether it's ballot initiatives in your area? I know I'm not sure what, because I know we have one in Cook County. What are some of the things that you're talking to folks on the doors in addition to some of the federal issues?
Vote. Make sure you vote all the way down to the judges, because people don't realize how important and impactful those judges' votes are. And they really do matter when it comes to upholding the laws that we pass. So making sure we get judges at every level that support our democratic principles and policies is incredibly important.
Do you have recommendations for the folks that live in your communities about where they should go to, for the endorsements or for highly rated? We've been talking about Injustice Watch and other organizations like that. Go ahead.
So there's always like the Moms Demand Action gun sense candidates, where you can find the gun sense distinction. You can also look at the Sierra Club's endorsed candidates. You can look at the local congressman or congresswoman's endorsed candidates. But really, I think there's a lot of endorsing agencies out there. I'm grateful to the firefighters for being endorsed by them, and a number of other groups that really, and if you go straight to the candidates page, a lot of times they'll tell you who's endorsed them. So that's always a good place to go to.
Excellent. And for folks who might not be familiar with the 81st District of Illinois, for the House Representatives District, what communities are encompassed in your area?
Yeah, so we encompass Downers Grove, Naperville, Woodridge, Lisle, a little bit of Darien, a little bit of Westmont.
Excellent. And again, I know that it's a little eclectic when it comes to, political preferences. Are you finding that, are you talking to some more conservative voters who are like, we've got to move forward?
Yeah, I have talked to quite a few people who I would say they consider themselves more in the middle now, just because Trump has pushed them into the middle, in terms of their values and their priorities are not aligned with his. And so they are very much looking to vote for someone who is not a Republican in this election.
Which has got to be unique. I spent some time in Springfield during the Governor Rauner's budget impasse, and I know that I've been talking to some folks who, we're still feeling the fallout. It's hard to believe, folks, that it was 9 years ago, 15, 16. Like I've been talking to some of the folks with early intervention and some of their wait lists. Are you hearing from some of the folks from organizations that we need to make sure that we're putting our money where our values are when it comes to our disabled population?
Absolutely. And the disabled population is one that we always fight for, particularly as a women's caucus. And as the chair of the Women's Caucus, we have noted that in the prior 20 years to when I was in office, the finances were, quite frankly, a mess. And the people who took the cut most often are the disabled within our state. And that is unacceptable to me and you, and I'm sure many others. So we're working hard to make sure we're being both financially and socially responsible now, because we can't be socially responsible without the financial responsibility piece.
Yeah, because I think that, you know, some of these folks quit. You know, they were taking out lines of credit because they weren't getting paid. Sometimes 6 months, 9 months, a year. Some folks, it was horrible. It was, and I wonder how many, you know, people we lost. I don't know. I honestly think we'll never capture exactly the depths to which people suffered as a result of what Governor Rauner did. And it was, it should have been an alarm bell to people who, like, you know, this is what happens when you take away these. Because for me, my son's my son's early intervention, that was such the lifeline for my family. I can't imagine being on a wait list for a year, is what I'm hearing. And you lose so much potential. It's hard to explain to folks. When you invest in a child like my son early on, you save money later, but that's hard to get across. So I'm grateful that you are mindful and doing that work. What do you want folks to know about, like maybe getting involved with your office and volunteering, or where would you like to direct folks?
Yeah, I mean, we love to have volunteers for the campaign, but we also just love community engagement. So if people have ideas for bills or anything like that, we are always thinking about the next term and what bills we can put forth. So energy there is always appreciated too.
Absolutely. And again, we are going to be hanging out at the Bricklayers Union in Elmhurst on November 5th. For the election, we're going to have Ken Mejia Beal, Joan Esposito, Richard Chu, and of course, Representative Ann Stava-Murray will be joining us. We are really grateful, and it will be a wonderful, it's going to be a good evening. I'm feeling positive, Representative.
Yeah. I am too. I'm gonna put myself in the fully positive category for today.
Well, I will tell you, I've been going to Wisconsin every weekend since August, and actually on and off since April, for some of their county races, and then for their amendment issues. But now, Rep, they are doing such great work up there. There's such a great reception. There are a lot of Harris Wall signs going up in places you wouldn't expect it, right across from big Trump signs. A lot of people have had it, and so I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm being cautiously optimistic, but there's good energy out there, Rep.
I love it. I'm so glad to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the 5th. Is there anything else you want to make sure we share with our audience before we let you go?
Nope. Everyone just have a wonderful few weeks before the election and make sure you vote.